Do you think it ever gets easy? No, it never does. Once you have jumped into the ocean of life, you have to keep on swimming as long as you are in the ocean. It never gets easy. It There's never a pause, there's never a stop. You can rest for a while and float, but then you have to keep on swimming again. Otherwise, you will drown. The only people for whom the life gets easy are the people who don't really live, who don't really jump into real life. An honest person has to struggle to be honest throughout his life. A sports person has to practice every single day. A writer has to write every day. A monk has to renounce every single moment. When it comes to following a discipline of life, you have to follow it as long as you are alive. There's no such thing as that you do something for a while and then it is achieved. That is never the case. One clarity you have is that you want to live this life fully. There is no other way. And deep down, you also know that if you really want this life to happen to you, total commitment is needed. And most of us, we don't really know how to commit to that, because most of us, we have not really looked into ourselves. We don't really know all the energy we have. We have not really tapped our potential, and for that a certain discipline is needed. Only when you commit fully to a certain discipline, then only you start realizing all the strengths you have. And that discipline, like I shared, is never going to get easier, because every day when you are doing something, you are going to get stronger, you are going to get more expensive. So, your mind, your body is going to force you, going to tell you to live more and more. And the more and more you live, the deeper you go in the ocean, the more scarier it gets. The deeper you go into the oceans, there are bigger sharks there, but also the adventure of life is much more in the depths. But what we usually do is we remain shallow throughout our whole life, and because we remain shallow, that satisfaction is never there. For example, if you simply walk in the park, you will enjoy the beautiful trees, you will enjoy the beautiful flowers, but you will never be able to experience the real wildness of a forest. And as long as you do not experience that wildness of forest, that wildness of forest of life, you will not be able to understand what life is. And as long as again you do not get these glimpses of what real life is, you can't be happy, you can't be satisfied, you can't be content. So, this seeking of contentment through sitting in meditation simply, or by reading a book, or by listening to something, is a some sort of fake sort of contentment. So, you got to commit yourself to something fully. Only when this commitment happens, only when this slow upgrade of human being is happening, only when you are expanding in your mind, only when you are becoming more open to experience more open to give yourself fully, only then a real possibility of a real life happens. This discipline is something that will haunt you forever. It will always challenge you. No matter for how many years you wake up at 4 a.m., even 20 years later, you are going to feel the same difficulty. Even 20 years later, you are going to get more cold. Also, you are going to face the same fundamental problem of not desiring to wake up, not desiring to write, not desiring to undertake a new task. But every moment when this resistance is happening, you have to remember your purpose. You have to remember why you need to do this. The why always has to stay with you. You always need to have that clear cut understanding of why, that I am waking up to do this morning because I have a clear why, and which is I want this life to happen to me. So, if you are hoping that this discipline will get easier, it won't, but you will get better. You will upgrade yourself, your experience of life will get deeper and more richer. The riches which money can't buy, the wisdom you will experience through this discipline will be far greater than what you have heard from great masters. Your own experiences are far more profound than the greatest Upanishads there. So, you remember this, a real, wise, happy, jolly life can only happen when you every single day keep on jumping into the ocean of life, keep on swimming, because ocean is big enough and you will never be able to cross it. So, you have to keep on swimming every single moment, every single day, and that is life.